So there's a pretty famous taco place that I want to try out. I see it a lot online, and apparently it's pretty cheap and has some of the best tacos in town, so let's see if they're open today. And of course, there's a long line. So I ended up going somewhere else. It was a all vegan restaurant of all things, and it was actually really good. Some advice though, if you get the large smoothie and a bowl of pasta and then attempt to get back on your bike, you're gonna feel sick. So my goal for today was to actually visit the Tulum archaeological site, the ruins. And I read online you can bike there. Hopefully it's only about 15 minutes, we'll see. But as long as the rain holds out, that's where I plan to bike to next. It's a really big Christmas tree in January. So I have no idea where I am half the time. Strategy is just to find one of the 2 or 3 main roads here in Tulum, and they'll take you pretty much anywhere you want to go. I don't know, does it look like it's about to rain? Can't tell. I would use the apps. I would use the weather forecast, but it's pretty much useless, so I guess we're gonna have to risk it. I walk away from my bike for 5 minutes and a bird takes a shit on my seat.
You get 2 pieces of paper.
Wow, thank you so much.
Strangers all be strangers.
Oh my god.
Are you scaring it?
Kind of.
Go around it.
Well, if it's good luck, do we want the paper back? I'm
On
kidding.
good day.
Thank you though. Well, thank you to the kind stranger who helped me wipe my seat off. And screw you, bird, who decided to take a poop on my seat. The decency to do that. All right, well, now we're off to the ruins. I think it's a 15-minute ride. And hopefully it doesn't rain, but it's looking kind of sunny, so I'm willing to risk it. Look at this beautiful, wide open sidewalk. You don't see that too often. I think we're getting close. But it's a very long line. So we've arrived to the Tulum archaeological site, also known as the Tulum ruins. Probably one of the most famous ruins in the area, and also one of the last ruins to ever be occupied. So the Mayans actually built Tulum as a trading outpost for the further inland cities such as Coba. And it was pretty occupied until the end of the 15th century, I believe, where it was mostly abandoned. And then when the conquistadors arrived to the Americas, they turned it into a lighthouse. So something special about Tulum specifically is the fact that it's so well preserved. It's actually one of the most well preserved ruins from the Mayans that's on the coast, at least in this area. So even though this site has been abandoned for hundreds and hundreds of years by both the Mayans and the conquistadors, it's still pretty well preserved. And you can even see how the Mayans even lived. So after the inevitable demise of the Mayan Empire, the Spanish ended up taking this outpost for their own and converting it into a lighthouse, specifically for ships to navigate around the island of Cozumel. At least at the time, Cozumel was known to be an incredibly dangerous island to sail around, and it sunk many, many ships back in the day. And speaking of navigation, the Mayans were incredibly far ahead, at least in their time, of developing navigation for ships. They ended up founding and creating a system, a sort of a celestial navigation system based on the stars, that was so far ahead of its time that it was still used well into the 19th century. I do not think that was there when the Mayans were here. I think this kind of history stuff is really interesting, especially when you're here in person. You can see it for real. You can really imagine how these people lived hundreds and hundreds of years ago. You can see here at the very top that the ruins are, I don't know, about 30 feet above sea level. It's pretty impressive. It's truly moments like these where I wish I could fly a drone. Look at this view. And the water is so blue this time of day. Well, that was really cool. If you're in Tulum, I definitely recommend Tulum ruins. It's a must-do for sure. But looks like the sun's coming out. We're so close to the beach. Might as well go. That water bottle was only 7 pesos and I had 8 pesos in coins, so I literally had the audacity to give him 8 pesos and say keep the change. 7 pesos is like a quarter in USD, so what a good deal. Won't complain about that. We've arrived to Playa Santa Fe. It's a public beach and hopefully it's as good as all the ones we've seen earlier today. It is a hike to get up there though. Well, I finally made it to the beach. Another item to cross off the bucket list. So as far as like quality of beach goes, I think Tulum is incredible. I mean, the sand is white, the water's clear. There's a little bit of seaweed, but that's normal, that's natural. But if I'm being honest, you know, going to Cancun last year, I think Cancun beaches are absolutely pristine. I think they are perfect. So, you know, I'd give Tulum beaches a 9.9 out of 10, only second to Cancun.